The vision that we have named, but it's only one possible name, a sustainable and integrated living research project. And the idea behind it is that we bring the resources that are often seen as problems together in a larger vision of an eco-village. So in this eco-village, we'll bring together all South African people. Everyone is welcome, as well as everyone internationally, all colors, previously disadvantaged and advantaged. Everyone has got something to give here. This is on a piece of land in rural South Africa, potentially in the Western Cape. The piece of the land will be worked using permaculture principles. So it will not be monoculture agriculture. It's green all year round. Things are growing here all year round. Like the cows and the animals that are here having more than one function. They're not just meat. Meat maybe, but they're working the ground. They're giving us milk. So the cows are together with the calves. When we drive into this project, what is striking is just the abundance of plants that can grow together and that can give us food and can give us medicines, potentially even be used for clothing. The plants give us shade, they give us wood. The vision incorporates an eco-village at its center. The eco-village is also a research project, which means we are free to use different ways of building, to try things out, to develop different ways of sustainable technologies without necessarily having to import them or to be able to repair them, to build them ourselves and to repair them ourselves, to maintain the things without having to continuously put money into them, to have truly sustainable technology. The houses have different styles because we're experimenting with the perfect environment for us to live in. Warm in the winter and cool in the summer. Potentially even there's plants growing into the houses or houses being grown rather than built. We use grey water, we use human waste as well as animal waste. The center point of the village is an interfaith church because we want to access the wisdom of all the spiritual traditions, all the beliefs. The yearning for peace and love and joy and harmony is in all of us, without fail. So the church is a beautiful bringing together of all the traditions. Everyone brings their symbols here and they're housed in one house. It's also a community gathering space because the community is sacred. It is a space for children to learn. It is a space for meditation and prayer, as well as for classes like sound journeys, yoga classes, tai chi, whatever we can think of that will fit here. Around the village space with a little bit of trade, businesses, office, crafts, and then the people living here, some living in the center of the village, some living at its outskirts, some living even further out. If they don't want to live too closely with other people, there's space to live further out on the property by themselves in the wilderness. There is a training program for people to come here from all over to learn personal skills, life skills, skills in building, technology skills, business skills, medical skills, teaching. Every project in this is a teaching and learning project. There is accommodation for people to come by themselves or to bring their families. Courses can be short or long, 3 months. There is a school here that compares different aspects of education, assuming that we have very different needs to fulfill our utmost potential as humans, and the better we can nourish these different needs with different systems, the more prepared we are. Also, we acknowledge that teachers and students are both learning all the time. And the education complex is a school and a nursery and a creche. And everyone is part of teaching and caring for the children. Everyone who wants to be. Close to this complex is a retirement village complex for people that come, that want to retire in a setting like that, but come without their families. It is understood that our elders bring wisdom and experience, and part of their usefulness can be helping to look after the children, helping to teach the children. There is a hospital, a healthcare system that looks at researching alternative treatment strategies with Western allopathic medicine approaches. So this healthcare center is open to everyone from the neighboring communities. There is taxi services for people to come here, as well as for all in the community. We teach doctors and staff to go to other places. It's striking that this hospital is just a beautiful building with shaded structures around it where people can wait outside or can wait inside. The energy in this hospital is not one of fear and despair, but it's rather caring and relaxed, and everyone here is looked after, not only the patients but also the doctors and the nurses and the office workers. When we take a step back from this, we can see in the distance, closer to the mountain, a retreat center, just a venue that can be used for conferences and for retreats, accommodation for that. There's also a wilderness camp where wilderness leadership courses can be run, vision quests, training for nature conservation, research also. So this vision can incorporate so many things. It has space for a multitude of ideas, approaches. All of our ideas are valid. We all have something to bring. There is so much abundance in diversity. As long as we can listen to that, we can bring it together. There is no problem that doesn't have a solution. There is actually no problem at all. There is just solutions waiting to be discovered. This is to be a model of a sustainable village, a blueprint that's part of the research approach. We are creating a blueprint of how to form a sustainable community that can uplift all the people in it and everyone who comes here for learning.